Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap that notification bell, and like this video. It does help me keep making videos, and I would appreciate it majorly. Don't even know exactly what I'm going to talk about here. I have some things that I want to lay out and explain that I basically have figured out that a lot of what's going on YouTube has to do with various public relations firms. That's kind of what, the people that are some of the people that are in the comments, some of the people that are making videos, absolutely are basically kind of fake, and they're doing it for money, for public relations firms that have some kind of an agenda, that are being hired, whether it's by a political campaign or by a company, to advocate on their behalf, and in whatever means necessary, through deception, through whatever works, and I don't know how the hell we've gotten here, and I'm sure that's not exactly perfect, but I'm absolutely certain that that's going on. I do think that a lot of the people, which is where I sort of had my channel get some growth when I was making videos about Vegas, and I absolutely, I'm next to certain that there's several creators that were making videos about Vegas, and several people, commenters, tons, that are basically working on behalf of a PR firm, and they weren't working on behalf of a PR firm that was representing the victims, obviously. They were working on, they worked for the hotel, for sure, basically to screw over the victims, totally. So, but they're for hire. It doesn't matter. Whoever's going to pay them. It's like guns for hire, but it's just businesses for hire. So, it's not as though I really, I'm just telling you what's going on. It doesn't make that much difference to me. I'm probably going to disable the comments for this video just because I don't want to hear it. I don't really give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear people saying, oh, I'm not this and I'm not that and I do, because, some of them are just assholes. Some of them, some of them pretend to like you just so that you'll think that they're not what they really are, and lots of different things. But Vegas is over now, so the Trump campaign is, the Trump campaign, all that, what cracks me up about this is, it's your money that's paying for it. Because that's all going to be paid for by money from donors, and a lot of it's from small donors, because a lot of regular folks think Trump's in their corner, and spare me. For the most part, if you just stop. How many here are members at Mar-a-Lago or members of any of Trump's club, for that matter? Believe me, I think you have a lot less in common with, and I don't care if you do or you don't. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just telling you, you don't have anything in common with this individual, other than, the border and, the wall, which is, there is no wall, and lots of other things that doesn't even matter to him. He's just making that up to create something for you to have something in common with him. So where the hell was I? But it's your money that's paying for these PR firms that have basically are putting that money to use to convince the public of whatever, of what's going on in the election and why Trump should be elected and reelected, and and what's funny is that a lot of these PR firms, because I learned this when I figured it out with the Dominican Republic. I saw it in the news that they had hired, I don't know, the whatever government institution of the Dominican Republic that hired a PR firm, a huge New York PR firm, paying them $35,000 a month to basically try to turn the situation around, because the press just kept getting worse and worse, and bookings were absolutely plummeting. They went down by 70%, cancellations were skyrocketing, etc. But right after that happened, all of a sudden, mysteriously, in some of my videos after I saw that news, people started defending the Dominican Republic in the comments. Regular users who I'd never seen before were coming to the defense of the Dominican Republic, and doing it in ways that you would never guess that they were, working for a PR firm. And that's when I realized, that, that's just one example of. I mean, another example is the Royal. Is it Royal Caribbean Cruises? I forget the company, the Florida-based company, with the story of the grandfather who, and I'm just illustrating that. Believe me, this is going on, and it's going to go on in the Trump campaign. So, and I have a point to this. Just bear with me. But with the Royal Caribbean cruise story, where the grandfather accidentally dropped the girl, out the window. And his version of events was that he was just standing her on the railing of the window. He didn't know it was open, and she just fell right. He thought the window was closed. He thought she was going to be able to pound on the window, but it wasn't. There was no window there. It was open, and she just went right out, and she fell to her death. Immediately following that, there was tons of people that blamed the grandfather. Tons, and in fact, I'd say 9 to 1 people blamed him. Over the cruise, and or just blamed him as a person. And what I'm telling you is there's no way that those numbers stack up. No way. And I mean, basically, because Royal Caribbean Cruises have had so many scandals where, they've just been in the news a lot, and they regularly are. Cruise ships are, because of whatever, people dying on their cruises or whatever. They've engaged PR firms. They're already schooled in this. That's why when an incident like this happens, immediately, I mean, they're basically a marketing firm. A travel firm is a marketing firm, heavily marketing aspect to their business. They're right away. They already, there's no delay. They don't wait for their bookings and stuff like that to go down, like the Dominican Republic did, that got caught on their heels. They had people ready right away, PR firms ready right away, to react to it and do what I saw in the comments. I mean, overwhelmingly blaming the grandfather, to the point where it just doesn't make any sense. Not statistically, no way. My point was, and this video sucks, but I don't care. I'm just telling you what's going on. I mean, basically, I'm talking to YouTube too, for sure. YouTube, I mean, basically, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not fucking redoing it. So, I mean, it's your money that's paying for these people. It's donors that are doing that. And a lot of times, because these PR firms, they don't have a huge, they don't have a huge payroll. They don't have a ton of employees. They don't have rooms full of people sitting at computers. So a lot of times, in order to do what they want, what they promise to their clients, guess who they got to pay? They got to pay foreigners. They got to pay, somebody in India or the Philippines. And so it just cracks me up that Trump supporters are putting their donations towards his for him, to his campaign to make America great again, to somebody they have nothing in common with. Believe me, unless you're a billionaire, unless you run $1 billion organization, other than the fact that they're both white, and and that their dollars are being used to pay foreigners to basically do work on behalf of the campaign. It's just too much. It's too funny. So, that's it. That's what I wanted to say about that. Like I said, I'm going to probably disable the comments to this. I just don't feel like hearing it. I don't want to hear about who's not this and who, I'm really, I don't care. I have my ideas of who I think is or isn't, but it doesn't matter, And frankly, if you try to probably comment on some other video just so I could read it, I'll probably block you, So Trump's in North Carolina tonight, right now, giving doing a rally. I think it's in Greensboro, but I'm not positive. And I just saw a little clip of it and how how he's saying Hillary spent a fortune there, and and how he overcame the odds, and still beat her, even though he kept swooping in and swooping out. This is what he was saying, Obama lost North Carolina, okay? Obama lost. Romney won North Carolina. Romney won it, all right? So that was not overcoming the odds. And the fact that he's in a state that Romney won, okay, and claiming like that was some huge victory, telling you he's in trouble. And he's going to lose. I mean, the number one reason you know, Trump's going to lose. More than anything else, most of these issues I don't give a shit about, okay? Mostly because they don't matter. Believe me, it's all a bunch of baloney anyways. You know, these are things just to give us stuff to talk about and argue over. And well, I think that's good enough. So, you know, that's it. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.